We are back. So for game number 2 here on the top
Dark
table.
angles.
Yeah, Dark Angles.
Okay, dark angles.
Yeah. So we got this matchup. We have Tod Swenson. He's going to be playing them Dark Angles.
That's dank angles.
Yeah, sure, the Dank Angles. The secondaries that he chose is Oath a Moment, Raise the Banners, and Priority Target, which is the... Well, let's actually start with that. Let's start off with the mission that we're playing first. Now that I think about it. Where are you? Go away. Cool. So the mission that we're playing is Priority Targets. I'll let Trainer take it away with that.
With the mission briefing?
Yes.
Well, you read this one.
All right, yeah, because
I read the last one.
Intel
I already read it to all the
okay.
players.
Intel reports indicate precious cargo is being transported through the region, but the exact whereabouts of these targets is yet to be confirmed. Locate and secure these sites at all costs.
All costs.
Yep, so this mission, it's one of the more weird missions, as you can see by the objective placements. So after all
This is the weirdest one.
Yep, so after all of the objectives are initially placed, then the players go back and forth with moving the objectives up to 6 inches? Yep, 6 inches.
It's like precious cargo on the last one.
Yeah.
It even mentions cargo in the mission briefing.
Yep. And then for this mission, for the...
Gotta get those choo-choo trains.
Yep, for the primaries, it's Control 1, Control 2, and Hold More.
Yep.
So with being able to move your objectives, it's one of the easier missions to get the 10 points for the Hold 2.
Somewhat. Because you could move, you can move one in your opponent, close to your opponent away from them towards the center if you want to hold the center, which might be best for Todd right now, because he took Oaths a moment, so he's going to want to take the middle.
Yeah.
So
Well, actually, do you have the list pulled up that we could go over those as well?
Yeah, let me send them to you and we'll drop them in the chat.
Well, actually, so last time I tried to do that, it went over character limit.
Oh.
So
I'm wondering if that's why Art of War does it differently.
Yeah, that's why they remove all the extra spaces.
Well, they also do it in the
the chat mode or whatever.
Facebook chat.
Yeah. But yeah, so right now we're still in the pregame. So as you saw a little bit earlier, the players were moving around those objectives. Oh, yeah. Jofonz, Mason's saying good luck. Mason says good luck.
Thank you, Mason.
And also, thanks for the follow, Neil Care. Neil Care. That was a hard one to say there. Thanks for joining. So right now, yeah, Trainer's going through the list, or pulling up the list just so we can go over what each of the armies are.
I'm actually going to send these to you as well, so you could be looking at them at the same time as me.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go old school. I'll pull it up on a notepad. I didn't put Notepad++ on here
wow, he really... This is a weird...
It's as you call it, spicy pepperoni.
It's an odd list, but I mean, it's also the way it was submitted has all the keywords of everything on it.
Yep.
Here's Jofonz.
Oh, it looks like it got cut off in here too.
No, that's it.
Well, no,
Wait,
look,
what?
it ended at Fast Attack Tactical.
Did I not copy it?
Not all of it. Alright, yeah, sorry about a little bit of a rough start here. We'll still...
Yeah, we're trying to share these lists with each other.
Yeah, it's...
it's going to keep cutting it off because it's not... So...
Yeah, we'll just let you go over it then. And I'll start pulling it up on my end as well.
I know Todd's list pretty well, so... yeah, you have BC player, don't you?
I'm pulling it up now.
So you could actually look it up?
Yeah.
So, I play Tau too, but I have no idea what a Remora is.
Yeah, it sounded like he took a custom Tau Sept for one of them.
Yeah. Well, Remoras are probably a little different in the new Forge World supplement.
Those as well, yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I got Todd's list up real quick, so I can go over that real quick. So Todd is playing the purest Dark Angels list. Every single
Purple
model
Dark Angels.
is a Dark Angel. Don't worry about the purple ones. They're
No.
They're Dark Angels, definitely.
Yeah, they're Dark Angels.
All right, so for him, starting off, he's got one patrol detachment.
Uh huh.
He's got 2 Raven Wing Talon Masters in there.
Yep. Talon Masters
those guys
are really good.
Yeah,
They're characters.
Yep, there's characters that can be screened with Look Out Sir, and they pump up like about like 20 shots or so.
Uh huh.
Let's see. In that patrol, he also has a Primaris Chaplain, taking some Vox of Spiritum, if I remember right. That's the increase your
Plus
aura
3-inch
range.
auras, yeah.
Yep. Anything
What's
else?
his Canticles?
His
Canticle of Hate.
Yep, he's taking Canticle of Hate and Catechism of Fire because he is the...
Catechism of Fire is the +1 to wound against the nearest enemy unit that you shoot at for that model, for that unit. So that's really good with his Inceptors, because he's got 10 of those. He's got 8 Terminators, Lightning Claws, and Thunderhammers.
Yeah, well, I'll keep going through the list.
Okay.
Yeah, so here, for the troops, he has just 5 normal tacticals, just filling in that troop slot there.
Tactical Marines.
Yep. Well, I remember talking to him about this, and he said the reason why he chose tacticals over, like, assaults or Primaris is he's literally 5 points short.
Yeah.
All right, and then his other detachment is a Vanguard because he needs all of them elite slots. So
all those Blade Guard veterans.
Yep. So over there, he has a Primaris Captain. It looks like this is the Indominus one with a sword and shield, and he's taking the Relic Shield. I'm not sure if that's the actual relic or just the name of that thing. For elites, he's taking 1, 2, 3 squads of 5 Blade Guard Ancients. Deathwing Terminators. That's the squad of 8 with Lightning Claws you were talking about. And for fast attack, he's taking 2 5-man squads of Plasma Inceptors. Which those, yeah, they could...
Standard Marine
they
fare.
They could give the business, but they could also receive their own business.
Yeah, they're T5. They're Gravis dudes that fly.
All right. Cool. Do you have Jofonz list up so we can go over that?
So, double check what's Sasia again? That's the... It's been a hot minute since I played Tau. I played Tau last year, or earlier this year. I played Farsight Enclaves though, so I didn't really play Tau if you really think about it. So Sasaya, calm discipline.
Alright, Sasaya.
+1 to leadership and reroll a single failed hit roll. Okay.
Interesting. I wonder if he's choosing that more for like one of the like stratagems.
Yeah, so
well, yeah, let's go through the rest.
So he's got a double fusion. So he's got a Sasaya. Sasaya Patrol. Okay. Kind of hard to read his list. Got a Cold Star with double fusion, a shield generator, so it is a 4-up invul, and a drone controller. So that the drone controller gives drones pluses to hit.
Yep.
I think it lets them hit on a 4-up.
Yeah. Yeah, because
so,
I think they're base 5.
Yep. He's got a strike team with just 5 fire warriors for the troops. 5 fire warriors as a troop. This is a really hard list to read. You got a lot of fire warriors.
Yeah, if only we had a dedicated Games Workshop app that could
make
a army list for us.
He's got, I think, 5-man fire warrior squads. He's got stealth. So, he's got stealth suits. And I think it's 4 of them.
Yeah, it's probably... Well, it might be 4
XP25 stealth suits. That's the normal stealth suits, right?
Yeah. I'm not too...
but they're 210 points. Jofonz, how many stealth suits do you have? 10? Holy crap. Okay.
5 or...
Okay, I thought it was like one big 10-man. I didn't think you could do that. It's 2 squads of 5 stealth suits, with shield drones on, but with 2 shield drones on both of them. Got another. They're all. You see how they're all listed out?
Oh yeah, it's each individual one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really hard list to read.
That's the way that battle scribe, like, if you have to add each unit and then individually.
Two 5-man stealth suits. He's got some Remora stealth drones, which I'm not actually sure what they do. So,
that's what
I know they're flyers. It's in Imperial armor, not in yeah. So is that updated for the new Imperial armor?
I have no idea. We will see.
Well, they're special because you actually cannot charge them. So they actually are kind of like Land Speeder Tempest. Or Land Speeder Tempest, where they're like flyers, but they're not flyers.
Yeah.
So, but they actually are flyers, actually. So they actually cannot hold objectives. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go over the rest of that list.
Yep. So, he's got another Cold Star with 4 Fusion Blasters. It's a regular Fusion Cold Star. He's got another detachment. This is a special detachment, or the
Tau Sept.
Tau Sept. So they have a 5-up Overwatch. So that was it with the first one with Sasea, with all the Remoras. It's got 12 Remoras, I think. Or 8 Remoras, I think. It's kind of hard to read. Then he's got a Patrol, that's Tau Empire. So 5-up Overwatch. Cold Star with 4 fusions. With Crosslink Stabilizer Jets as rerolls. Allows reroll 1s to hit and reroll 1s to wound.
Okay.
It's like one of the better like prototype systems. It's essentially their relics, their special relics they got in Psychic Awakening. Riptide, double Riptide, not Triptide.
Yeah, well, actually, I remember when he's talking about his list, he did bring the relic
10 shield drones, I
fusion
think.
blaster on the the custom, the prototype weapon for the Riptide. For the blaster, it's a custom one that has D3, or it's D3 plus 3 for its damage.
Yeah, it's the plasma. It's the ion cannon. Yeah, that's a really good one. I really like that. I think it's better than burst cannons. When I was playing Farside Enclaves in Ignite, when I was trying that out, I took 1 Riptide with that.
Yeah.
I think it's a D3 plus 3 damage, D6 or max 6 shots all the time. Usually those things you have to roll for it, but this one just flat 6 shots. Still hitting on 4s, which kind of sucks, but I think that with all the Remoras having marker lights, that'll help him get those marker lights off.
Yeah.
And no Fire Blades is kind of interesting, because that's an easy 2-up to hit marker light. But the 2 Cold Stars, Cold Stars are really good battle suits. They go 20 inches, so if Tod's not too careful, those could massacre characters with 4 fusion blasters.
Yeah, well, especially also the 120 stealth suits that we don't quite see yet either.
Yeah. Tod better watch out for those, because those are already all over the board. He's already going to lose. They're already securing all that intel.
Yeah, they're going full Kenshiro on him, like already teleported behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing personal, kid.
Okay, so,
yeah, so it looks like we're just getting...
Looks like those... The Remoras look like they're kind of more like an anti-charge screen, because they can't be charged, so, like... He's probably gonna like try and move block Tod with those.
Yeah, and what makes
they're probably fast too.
The Tau Flyers have marker light options in there.
Yeah, so like, it seemed pretty decent.
Yeah, it seemed like a really good screen.
I think Tau is one of the worst armies in the game right now, but I think those Remoras would be pretty nice. Looks like he's already screening a Cold Star with them, so he's kind of taking advantage of the fact that not a lot of people are taking shooting right now, so like those Remoras, can just negate people's close combat.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where, like, especially with like more local metas, you could really, like, if you know what people are playing, you could like do a hard counter to that.
Tod's got plasma inceptors though, so those
Yeah, well, if they're flyers, they're -1 to hit. Well, actually, it doesn't matter with plasma anymore, because GW finally fixed that rule with pluses and minuses to hit on plasma overcharge.
Plasma inceptors are no joke. They're probably the most points-efficient shooting army unit in the game right now. As far as like their speed, their defensibility, they get deep strike, they have a million shots, especially if you have over 6 models in your unit. It's like 30 shots from 5 of those. Yeah,
they automatically get 3 shots per gun.
They could be chapter master, they get +1. They're just really, really strong right now. Looks like Tod elected to deep strike both Inceptor units and his Terminators.
Yep, they're definitely not on the
stealth
table.
Suits are behind the train, and the stealth suits are up in the dense cover up on the top. Yeah, like the shield, that shield drone point increase really, really hurt Tau.
Yeah, well, I feel like that was like the final nail in the coffin for 9th edition Tau at this point.
Yeah, they're
just because like
definitely takes some nuts to play them.
Yeah, because like you can't really like play the more Farsight Enclave style anymore
No,
because they
not the way I
really
like to play.
they really relied on those stealth
The
or shield drones.
Richard Siegler way to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that's what I took the Tahoe crown was like 30 million. I took 38 stealth drones or shield drones and like 45 breachers.
Yeah.
30 breachers, sorry, and 10 pathfinders plus all the battle suits and stuff. 6 commanders. I think it might have been 5 commanders actually, but I can't remember. But cold stars are no joke. I like them a lot with missile pods.
Yeah, because they can get to where they need to and still
And
fire
still
wherever
be
they want.
36-inch range, you
Yeah.
know. But it looks like Jofonz has plenty of long range shooting, so maybe he doesn't need that necessarily because he's got the ion Riptide, plus he's got the burst cannon Riptide. Tod looks like he's going to be castling up in the middle because he's got Oaths.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing we haven't gone over yet is the secondaries for the players. So let's go ahead and pull those up real quick. Yep, so for Tod, he did choose that Oath of Moment, which is the Space Marine special secondary. With, if I remember correctly, you get 1 or 2 points at the end of the battle round if you have a unit wholly within 6 of the center. You get a point if you don't fall back or you don't fail a morale check during that battle round. And you also get a point if you kill a character, monster, or vehicle, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And then he's also taking Raise the Banners, which is you perform an action on an objective, and then at the start of each of your preceding command phase, you get a point for each raised banner you have on that
And at
objective.
the end of the game, you get 1 for each banner as well.
Yeah, and then to remove the banner, your opponent has to take control of that objective.
Let's look at priority targets. So
Yeah.
priority targets, that's a special secondary for this scenario. You score 3 if you control either one or of the priority objective markers. So the ones that I think the players secretly wrote down as their priorities. Or you score 5 if you control both.
Yeah, so probably without even asking them, it's their priorities are going to be the ones in their deployment zone.
So
that's
that's still an easy one to
Yeah,
score
well, no,
because
that's
you just have to hold your own for 5 turns. And
Yeah,
you get 15
yeah.
points.
As long as you don't lose your home objective, you should max that out.
Yeah, it's not very hard. I don't think Todd's gonna grab Jofonz's priority objective in his
Yeah,
deployment
I mean,
zone.
it's still a bunch of Tau gun line you got to get through
Yeah.
if you do that. And honestly, he doesn't even have to, as long as he's holding his own.
Overall, I think this is a better scenario for Jofonz than it is for Tod.
Yep.
Because he could just move his objective way back and just turtle on it.
Yep. And then going into Jofon's objectives, he took Engage in All Fronts, which is you score 2 victory points if at the end of your player turn that you are wholly within 3 table quarters and not within 6 of the center.
Yep.
And then you get 3 points if you hold all 4 quarters. So
Then assassinate.
at least for like a quick Tau army, like
Yeah.
it makes sense to get that. I mean,
Right. He's at least gonna get 2.
yeah,
just
and
looking
also
at
like
this
the other
right now.
thing, at least with like Tau, like that seems a little scary just because like once you get those smaller units closer, they're gonna have no way to be able to fight back in close combat. Moving on, he also took Assassinate, which is you gain 3 points for every single enemy character you kill. Which Todd, I think he had quite a few characters.
He has 2. He has 5, I think. He has the banner, the ancient 2 Talon Masters. He's got a captain,
an apothecary.
So
Actually, I think I forgot to go over that. I must have missed it in his list recap. And then
his list is. I pretty much memorized it.
Yeah.
It's like 10. I helped him build it,
Yeah.
so it's like 10 Inceptors, 15 Blade Guard, 2 Talon Masters with 2 Heavy Bolters and 2 Assault Cannons, Primaris Apothecary with Selfless Healer. I think it's a regular chaplain. I don't think that he upgraded to a bike chaplain. You don't have an apothecary?
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, so that's...
Oh, he has a banner, right?
Yeah.
He has a banner for the 5 up
He
field
did
pain.
master a Sanctity, his chaplain.
Yeah. So, do you have a bike chaplain?
It's just normal.
You idiot.
All right, and then lastly...
Last time we played, he said he wanted a bike chaplain, so I'm calling him an idiot. So he took a regular chaplain.
Yeah.
I think it's the Primaris one, though. So he's got a regular chaplain, Master Sanctity. He didn't take the apothecary because his banner has a 5-up Feel No Pain aura for all Deathwing models within 6 inches of it. Deathwing models, not Deathwing units. So he has to keep that banner way up front. And all of his Blade Guard veterans are Deathwing. So they all get a 5-up Feel No Pain. So it's going to be a really tricky army for Jofonz to try and kill
Yeah,
off the middle there.
It's really hard to push
4 up
through
invul, T4, 3 wounds each, and can transhuman,
Yep.
and have a 5. It's just tough to kill. That's what makes Dark
also,
Angel so
last
good.
thing before I bring away the scoreboard is the last secondary that Jofonz chose was While We Stand.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be his 3 Riptides.
There's 2 Riptides.
2 Riptides.
2 Riptides and I think a Cold Star.
Yeah, and his commander.
So.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and go back to the full screen here.
Yeah, so Tod has he just has a lot of meat to his army. He's got the Inceptors too, which gives him some short range shooting. And Jofonz does not have like very many drones, so like those Inceptors can maybe even screw up some Riptides and stuff like that. But this is very different than the old way of playing Tau, where you had like half the table was covered in drones. But now, since drones are so expensive, you could only really take 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, it's funny. Mason saying that pretty much on Wednesday, all of his Tau was just primed white, and you actually got to painting all of that. So
yeah, get them all.
That is.
Good job on getting your stuff painted. Good job on getting your stuff painted. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I know that's definitely gives you a lot more of a reason to paint your models if you're getting 10 points for it. Because I know like some of the players in our game group, like they've lost 2 out of the 3 games in an RTT
just because they weren't painted
by the 10 paint points.
One of them was Tod, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I didn't really want. I don't know. Like I felt like it's totally up to the TOs how they want to do this, you know. But I think that enforcing this would encourage people to paint their armies. And I mean, Jofonz got his army mostly almost done, you know, like they're painted, so he's not too far away from getting it completely finished. And tournaments have always been my motivation to get stuff painted, so if I have a tournament coming up, I'll paint my ass off to get that stuff done. But usually GTs require painted, so now they're going to be required. Now they're essentially still going to be requiring you to be painted, because you don't want to be losing 10 victory points every game just because you're not painted.
Yeah, and I feel like for the RTT, like I like the approach we took with it, where you don't have to be painted, but if you want the 10 points,
you better be painted. Yeah.
Yeah, which is good, because I mean, like, especially like at the RTT level, we want to be open to like the newer players or players that have been playing for a while but never done the tournaments before.
For what? I think it's 7. Oh, it's 8.
Yep. So
Stealth suits are weird. Tau's weird in general because they have bonding knives, so they auto pass on a 1 or on a 6.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they got a 1/3 chance to make it every time.
Yep.
So it looks like
there's a nice display of sportsmanship there.
Yeah, you want to check to see if Jofonz or Tod got any points turn 1.
Did you get any points turn 1, Tod? Looks like he does not have Oath yet, because that's at the end of a round. Nope, he gets 3 for priority target. And he doesn't get raise the banner yet. So Tod forgot to say he's going to raise the banner on his own objective, but Jofonz let him do it.
Yeah,
so
and that's one of those things where like clearly like there's nothing else that unit could have done.
Yeah,
so that's one of those times where it's good to like if you sometimes you just forget to mention that, but it's also like in good spirit of the game to like.
It's gonna be a really aggressive move right here.
Yeah, I saw the long measure.
He's gonna try and kill some Inceptors, I think.
Oh yeah, you can see the Inceptors just tucked into that Age of Empires town center right there.
Yeah, I think. Tod, do you have another Inceptor squad in your reserve? Okay, so Tod has one more Inceptor squad deep striking, but yeah, it looks like this is a very aggressive move right here to try and blast some Inceptors. The Inceptors are really important to try and kill.
Yeah, well, the other thing, too, is if I didn't look too much into the fly rule for those drone things, but they could still be charged by things with the fly keyword, right?
Oh, they can? It says they cannot be charged.
Oh, just cannot be charged.
Well, Landspeeder Tempest, I think, can still be charged, but I don't even know if those even exist anymore, do they? Because I used to remember like trying to take some back in the old Marine Codex.
Yeah, but well before the Forge World update came.
They were really, really strong, man, because they could move block, kind of like what these Remoras are doing right here. Were you gonna look up the Remoras and see?
Yeah.
This is kind of important. You have right there. So you cannot charge with this model, and this unit model can only be If you have fly.
Yeah,
so fly models
it's
can
sort of
charge
like
it.
the normal flyer rule.
Yeah. So they're T5, 3 wounds, 4 up armor with no invul. Yeah, if any of those Inceptors live,
Yeah,
I think they're gonna mess him up.
Yeah.
This is really strong for Inceptors to shoot. So,
Yeah, but
one
also
of the
I feel like he's trading away like his screen effectively for this as well.
that's a worthy screen. That's a worthy
Yeah.
sacrifice. If Tod had an apothecary, he could like bring back some of the Inceptors that he loses here.
Yep, and it looks like he's getting that Riptide up in that dense coverage, getting that sweet -1 to be shot.
Oh yeah,
Even though
and Riptides are eligible. Yeah, you could
they're not
-1.
affected.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not affected by because they're a vehicle. They can move with their heavy now, which is I guess okay, being that they're still BS4. But also because he's
Yeah.
fly, he doesn't suffer the -2 for moving into that dense cover as well.
I don't know if they're playing with that because that would mean that we're playing. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Hey, are you guys playing those as forests or dense cover?
Okay, cool.
So dense,
So
okay.
so no.
So they're gonna say dense and light.
Yeah, that's fine. 'Cause,
Some people have been playing them as forests. So
Yep,
and forests would be no light cover, but -2 to movement unless you have fly. So light cover and dense cover is probably fair for what those are.
yeah, at least for the shape of them, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. So we've got mostly standard terrain on each table. It looks like this on just about every table, or you have like the L's in the middle, you have like dense cover patches or like a shipping container or something small on the long edges in the middle, like where the dense cover patches are here. And there's also like a ruin in each deployment zone with a second floor. Yep.
Tell you what.
Uh-huh. Weird flex, but okay. All right.
Yeah, so it looks
So
like
stealth suits also have the fly keyword, so they could just zip right over that train and stand on that objective.
yeah, but that's fairly close to those blade guard.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
think
like
they could shoot the Talon Master, though.
Yeah, because it does look like it is the closest model
Yeah,
from
it
that
does.
point. So that actually might be
a little spicy here.
Yeah, I mean it could be, but I still feel like likely next turn those stealth suits might not exist anymore, depending on how many of the
Yeah.
blade guard also die in front of there. But
Yeah, so Tod went first. He shot up those stealth suits at the top, and then he just essentially took his first turn just to get a good position. But it does look like he will not be able to. Looks like one of the. I don't know. It's really tricky because the Talon Master has a 4-up invul against shooting because it's jinking. I don't know if Tod could increase it to a 3. I feel like there was a stratagem there, but anyway.
yeah, I'm not sure because
It's
it would have to be in the base.
T6, so the stealth suits are wounding it on 5s. They're hitting on 4s. I don't think that he could get a marker light on it.
Or enough marker lights.
Yeah, he only needs 1 to get reroll 1s.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was thinking like the +1 to hit, but yeah, that's like
That's 5 marker lights.
yeah, it's hard to get that. Unless you like use some of I know Tower have like the stratagems to manipulate that. And help
you know what? They have aerial targeting. For 1 CP, you could have like
a marker light. Yeah. So like that would make sense.
So like hitting on 4s, 6 shots. Burst cannons are 6 shots each. So that's 30 shots hitting on 4s, reroll 1s. It's probably gonna be like 18 hits or so. Winning on 5, 6 wounds. I don't think he's gonna kill the land speeder.
Yeah, and also if he doesn't, then he that's just
Yeah, well I think he's mostly making the play just to get on the objective. I think that's the number one thing that he wants to do is to get there.
Yeah, and also you can see like from his deployment, like he really fanned out with those 2 riptides.
Yeah.
Like one went way up to the top, the other
He's
went
gonna
to the
get
bottom.
engage on all fronts this turn.
Yeah, he's getting assuming that the drones obviously they're gonna survive because they're not gonna get hit. So yeah, he will get the full 3 points for that. Which that's one of the things I think we talked about earlier too is like for engage on all fronts, like sometimes like you can risk it to get that extra point in the 4th quarter, but sometimes it might not be worth that.
I think
trade.
this is if he's in Yeah, if he shoots those Inceptors and doesn't kill a lot of them, he's going to be in some rough shape next turn.
Yeah.
Because I think those Inceptors could just light up those.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
light up
'cause that
those
would be
Remoras or
that
whatever.
would be like a downward trade that he initiated.
Yeah. And I don't know if those stealth suits have 3 wounds, T5, 3 up armor, -1 to hit always. I think that the Talon Masters, they hit on 2s.
Yeah,
they could probably clear quite a few of
Yeah,
them
that's
with heavy
actually one of the
bolters.
big changes I noticed from the new Space Marine book is all lieutenants shoot on 2s now.
Yeah. And then also those Blade Guard are going to fan out to those other objectives, so this is like a huge play right here.
Yeah, and yeah, because it's sort of, if the Blade Guard survive up front, Todd's gonna get the
I
extra.
don't think he has
movement of
anything
the charge.
shooting at the Blade Guard because he's got,
Unless he
he's got
like,
a
puts
heavy
the
burst
Riptide.
cannon. Well, Riptides are hitting on 4s. I don't know. I guess we'll see how this goes. This is a lot of this
Alright,
this
cool,
game's
so-
going to go on this shooting phase.
Yep, looks like he's starting off with the
Ion
Ion Cannon.
Accelerator. So this is 6 shots on
and this-
4s.
Yeah, and I believe this is
I
the
think Todd
relic
just
one.
transhumaned.
Yep, a very smart thing to do, especially when it only costs 1 CP for that 5
I
man.
don't think it's going to do too much. Yep, he's got a marker light too.
Yep. So it looks like he should be down to.
Might be aerial targeting,
actually,
so
his,
that's a good roll.
Yeah, CP should be the same there because he gained 1. And
6
then
hits. Wounding on. He did transhuman. Holy cow.
Didn't matter.
Okay, so 5 wounds. Todd has 4 up invulns. So he made 2, so 3 went through.
And that would be effectively 3 dead. He does a reroll. Looks like he makes it.
Yeah, he used a CP reroll. So Todd's at 7 CPs.
Yeah, actually.
So 2 go
he
through.
should be back to 8 because I don't think he spent any during his turn.
Sure.
When he gained 1.
Well, his marker says 7,
Okay. Oh, cool.
if you see it.
I do not, but I'll trust you.
Do you see it right there?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Do we.
First guy takes 4. So, oh, that's a big one. He made 2 feel no pains, so he's going to eat the second one.
Yep.
One guy just made. So this now the guy that has 1 wound left is going to take 6 wounds and die. But man, that was huge. So I guess it all evens out because Jofonz got 6 hits.
Yeah, but.
And then
Yeah.
it just evened out.
Yeah,
you know?
but also, like, re-rolling that 1 invuln to a success was pretty
That
big,
was a pretty
too.
good one too. Yeah. Blade Guard, Deathwing Blade Guard are just so tough to kill, man.
They really are. I mean, definitely with like the changes to Storm Shields, like the 3 up invuln used to be pretty good, but I feel like depending on the case, well, depending on what you're getting shot at, like the whole +1 armor and the 4 up invuln can be better in some situations.
He's shooting at the Inceptors, the marker lights with the Remoras. Oh, Seeker Missiles.
Yep, so it looks like all those stealth drones are.
Where'd those marker lights come from?
I think they.
I think they were coming. I think they came from the commander.
Possibly.
They might have came off the commander. Wait, hold on. Yeah, they might have came off the commander.
Okay.
So he has a 2-up save against these burst cannons too, because he just used unyielding in the face of the foe. With a Gravis unit, you can do +1 to your save against damage 1 weapons.
Yeah, at least these first cannons, it looks like they have no AP. So
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. But
Yeah,
Seeker
'cause-
Missile's still hitting on 4s.
yeah, with a -2, so it'll get him to well, that's going to be a 5-up because you can't do that.
-2.
Yeah.
Ooh, hitting on 3s. Oh, did he get 5 marker lights?
Oh, drone controller. That makes sense.
3s. 4 wounds. What's the AP on a Seeker Missile too?
Yeah, -2 d6. So there's a good chance that those could. Well, I mean, he could
Could
roll
kill
low.
quite a few Inceptors here. 5s. 3 go through, and these are, what's the damage on Secret Missiles?
D6.
Why is he rolling them? Are they D3 or D6?
This might be an old version that we're looking at. I'm not sure if
I'm pretty sure Secret Missiles are D6s. You probably should have rolled them one at a time.
Yeah, that'd be the... I mean, it could change the math on that, but...
Yeah.
Seems like the players agree.
It works for them. I'm not going to worry about it. So, can you heroically intervene into those remoras? I'm just curious. Can I see the wording on that?
So that I think that might actually be part of the new heroic intervention ruling, because I know there's been a lot of changes to like how
This is
flyers
different than
affect...
Zoom. This is different than the normal flyer rule, I think.
Yeah,
Is it?
it might be. But yeah, I know at least
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I don't think it's actually going to make a difference, but...
Yeah, because I don't think any characters are close enough to heroically.
No. I don't see anything about that. Yeah, there was like a really weird thing with Jim Vessel, like a while back when the mirror was a big thing. And like, I think that some Plague Marines piled in to a flyer because they were in combat with someone else.
Yeah.
And then the flyer tried to move and fall back and couldn't do it, so he blew up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really works that way anymore, but
yeah, I can't remember if there's been any clarification.
that was a pretty big GT when that happened, I think. Looks like he killed another Inceptor here and did another wound.
Yeah, but I mean, each one of those down is a lot of firepower lost.
Well, I mean, Tod still has a deep strike this turn, so like he could deep strike like back. If he needs some more firepower, he could deep strike back in his corner.
Yeah, but I would
do that.
Yeah, it'd probably make sense just to make sure that those stealth.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Well, you can't charge the stealth drones.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I think he needs to kill him with shooting.
Yeah, because that's the only way he can deal with it, like that and the...
Oh, he's also got Talon Masters.
Yeah, and the Talon Masters, but...
Blade Guard could probably take down those stealth suits at the bottom right, and then Blade Guard could probably take the ones... Oh, he killed... Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh, that was extra Secret Missiles. Yeah, I think... Tod most definitely has to deep strike some Inceptors to try and like bring this one back because he's in some rough shape if he can't do that.
Yeah, it's funny. Like as we were first questioning that play of going back into Tod's deployment zone, but like it really does like force Tod to make some pretty hard decisions.
Yeah.
Because like Tod, he wants to be in the middle and like trying to kind of spread out in a way, but this is sort of forcing him back.
Tod just uses CP to give -1 to hit on that Talon Master. And I think that Jofonz used aerial targeting already, so he cannot get reroll 1, so he's going to be hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to kill this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no rerolls. Wounding on 5s, yeah, he's not going to do very much to this.
Yeah, because those are the burst cannons, not the effective meltas or fusion, I think they're called in Talon.
Let's think of it this way, though. Like, if you think about this, like, let's say Tod does deep strike some Inceptors, right? And he kills those blue. Those blue Remoras. Like, that opens up the charge to that commander with some Blade Guard. Like, and that's probably going to kill that commander. Because commanders don't have invuls, so...
Yeah.
Do you think that was really worth it? Because I don't know how expensive... I think Remoras are 240 points. Well, like, actually, points aside, if you look at how this game is looking, like, if you lose those Remoras, if you lose all that, you're left with... And let's say, like... I'm pretty sure a Blade Guard veteran squad could finish off those stealth suits at the bottom right, too.
Yeah.
If only those two things happen, what does Jofonz do? Like, he's got 2 Riptides left and another commander.
And then a bunch of chaff.
Yeah, I don't really know what... I mean, we saw one of the Riptides already shoot at some Blade Guard veterans and only kill one of them, so...
does have another squad of 5 stealth suits somewhere. I don't quite see them on the screen.
I thought he had 2 units of 5.
Yeah, 2 units of 5. So there's one...
There's 2 right there. 3 of them died on the first turn.
Oh, okay.
And then there's 5 on the
cool, yeah,
bottom.
never
So
mind.
that's what you're saying is what you get. That's his whole army.
Yeah.
The only notable thing is that when those Inceptors deep strike and Tod shoots them, he cannot chapter master them because they are, or no, he doesn't have chapter master.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have been able to.
He reroll ones, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, because, well, that's like the kind of like scary thing about chapter master is yes, you can reroll those 2s, but those 2s could turn into 1s.
Yeah. So. Shooting some heavy burst cannons, I think.
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like a blade guard down.
Yeah. So, those Inceptors will be hitting on 4s. Can you pull up the stat line on the Remora again?
Yeah. Like we have to keep pulling that up.
I don't even know what it does. So it hits on 4s, reroll 1s, I'm assuming, if they get the captain near the Inceptors.
Yeah.
Let's say 4 shots each. So here's me doing our math thing again that always kills me. 20 shots, hitting on 4s, reroll 1s is probably 12 hits. Wounding on 3s is probably 9 wounds. And no armor saves or invuls allowed, and each 2 is going to kill a Remora. So that's 4 Remoras dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's that entire blue squad.
Yeah.
Which means that those Blade Guard could then charge that commander.
Yeah, because he won't be screened anymore.
And probably kill him too.
Yeah, because...
And then does it even matter if those other 2 Remoras are alive? They've already fired their secret missiles.
Yeah.
Like, they've already blown their payloads, so...
Mm-hmm. But you still want to clean up that side just to try to prevent the...
I don't know if I'd even care to kill those Remoras. I think I'd only kill the Remoras just to try and get to the commander. Because Remoras, they only shoot burst cannons.
Yeah, well, this is the other interesting thing too. Is at least for Jofonz, he did take While We Stand, and then, well, actually, it could be the other.
It's
commander.
probably not the commander that he was threw into.
Yeah. But we will soon find out.
Because of the quad fusion commander, he's holding back, I think. Yeah, it's in the upper corner, so like that still could fly in and like nuke.
Oh yeah, that's what.
It could nuke a land speeder, but I don't think
I don't think that would be a good.
I just don't really like quad fusion cold stars because they could whiff.
Yeah.
And you sacrifice your cold star when you whiff.
Yeah, because you if you're doing that, you want to be in the melter range.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they only have an 18-inch range, so they could just not. You could just not like zoom it in there, you know.
All right, looks like we're getting in the morale phase, which does not happen for the Dark Angels.
Nope, it sure doesn't.
Yeah, so...
not for Inner Circle, but...
Yeah, if you want to go grab the scores, get some updates there. Like all my snipers, nearest target fell, they're going to charge yeah, that's why
he gets a banner point too. Okay, so 1 raised banner. Tod just got 10 primaries.
And he got 4.
He got
or 3 for engage.
Yeah. And for oaths, he got 3.
Yeah, hold the center and middle.
Yep.
Or hold the center and don't fail morale.
Don't fall back or fail morale. Yeah.
Yep. So at least after the. Yeah, looking like a pretty solid start to Todd's turn 2 so far.
Yeah. See how this game goes. Let's see if Jofonz's risks paid off.
Battle round 2.
Yep.
Gotta update all the text boxes.
Yep.
Alright. Cool.
See how Todd responds.
Yeah, because right now Jofonz is holding 3 objectives. The 2 in the no man's land on the outskirts.
Which is really good for him.
And then 1 in his backfield. So if Todd could take him off of those 2 objectives on the corners.
I wonder what he's measuring. Oh, he's measuring a deep strike.
Ooh, is he going in the middle?
He might deep strike those Inceptors.
Yeah, he might have a box.
If you think about this though, Todd only has to kill 1 Remora to get to the commander. He doesn't have to deep strike. He doesn't have to kill him with Inceptors. And I think that 2 Talent Masters could pull that off.
Other thing he could do with those Inceptors is if he puts them on the 2nd floor of the ruins, I think there might be a spot to throw those Inceptors there, and then they would also get the benefit of light covers, which might help with some of the firepower.
It will definitely help with the burst cannons because you could essentially the heavy burst cannons AP2 because I think he took ATS.
Do I have to charge in a straight line, or is it like? No, you can just go around it, and then I won't get my spin. You know, one thing we could do if we
Charges or anything. Because that's why I asked if it was a forest or not. What are you doing?
so we can hear the players better.
With the mic?
Yeah.
Can they hear us?
Yeah. Yep. I can definitely hear myself.
Okay. Trying a different mic setup.
Yeah, we're just playing
You
around.
to hear the players a little bit.
Yeah, I think
You could take a counter. You could take there's an upgrade that you could take on stealth on Riptide. It's called a counterfire defense system or something. Or no, it's
Yeah.
not that one.
it's
There's one that
yeah.
like you could shoot. There you could auspex scan essentially.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, it's still at like the -1 to
Yeah,
shoot. So
it's a good question by Todd to ask that because you never know.
yeah, I mean, well, especially with like codex changes, new edition, like FAQs coming out, like honestly,
You know what Todd's probably trying to do is he's probably gonna try and kill the 2 black Remoras.
and then just charge
And
on
then
it.
charge back. Yeah, like there's no reason to charge.
Yeah, and then that's funny too because he could actually, how does that work with the fly or the airborne keyword?
Oh, there's one Inceptor left.
Oh, nice! Look at that. He's probably gonna make the hole.
Yeah, we'll see. Might be some tricks up some sleeves here. At least not that I know of.
Yeah,
I'm not a very good Tau player, so.
you knew the far side.
I was a Far Side Enclave player. I wasn't a Tau player.
Yeah, at least for myself, I'm not quite an aficionado of either of these
Of the
armies.
Tau.
But I've played against both, well, a little bit
You
of
played
both.
against my Tau plenty of times.
Yeah.
Not as much as Harut. Harut still has nightmares, I think, of me putting one shield drone in the middle of 2 pieces of terrain and him not being able to move his knight through it. I still don't think that I think that shield drones could still block knights and stuff because knights can only move over like infantry or something or swarms.
Yeah, I think so.
And
it's only
shield drones are weird because they're not infantry or swarms.
Yeah, so they're stuck.
See what Todd does.
Yep. So he's definitely holding those blade guard in the middle there, just so he can keep his oath opponent.
He's got rights of war, I think, on his chaplain. So
Yeah. Mason asks, "Can Todd's blade guard advance and charge?" I don't
no,
believe
they
so.
cannot.
Yep.
I don't think he has anything that gives him that. He's not a White Scar.
Yeah.
That's like one of the downsides of Dark Angels is that they're really slow too.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
actually can't move. You know, they're not like sisters. At least like as a sisters player, I'm slow, but at least I can advance and charge at least 1 unit. You know, so I
Yeah.
could kind of spring out. But, Dark
Yeah, because
Angels
like
can't
the
really do
Dark
that.
Angels are more on like the they're kind of like the Death Guard of the Imperium.
Yeah,
where
they
they're
kinda are,
slow
I
and
know.
resilient. But also speaking of which, I'm pretty excited to see what's coming out with that new Death
Oh,
Guard.
you know what else
guide.
we keep forgetting?
Huh.
Todd has Terminators.
Oh, he does have 8 Terminators,
Yeah.
probably in Deep Strike because I don't see them.
No,
on
they're
the
about to they're at the bottom of the table right now. He's gonna figure out where he's putting them.
Is he gonna charge into that Riptide there?
He might. That's why he was asking the question about the. So he actually wasn't.
Yeah, we have
marking
been,
off the Inceptors. He was marking off those guys.
we have been bamboozled.
We have been.
But yeah, that's a
Does he get any bonuses? Does he have the chaplain close enough? Yeah, he does.
he's given us the nod of approval.
Well, he has a 9-inch. He has a 9-inch canonical hate aura because of Vox's Spiritum.
Yeah.
Vox's Spiritum is so good on chaplains. It's so money on them because it gives them that plus 3-inch aura on Litany of Hate, Canonical of Hate. Litany of Hate's reroll all misses for in close combat for characters and core, but he also gives it to.
Characters.
Yes. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's only like 3 o'clock, and it's already been a long day.
Yeah, but hey, from what I've found out so far, casting a game is a lot of effort.
It does.
And we're on the start of game 2.
Yes. I'm going to take a lap here soon, but because this is already a pretty compelling game, I think that a lot of the game will be decided on this like battle round right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely agree with you on that, just because, like...
There's the Inceptors. Interesting place to put them. So the upside to placing them there is now they could either shoot back at the Remoras or they could shoot at the stealth suits. So like it gives them some flexibility, and they're also in a great position next turn if the Ion Tide gets charged, because the Riptide probably can't kill very well. The Riptide could probably kill a couple of them. But...
Yeah, well, also just like being all in that terrain too, with the dense cover and light cover, that's maybe a little hard to take care of those guys.
All right, here's the shooting phase.
Yep.
He's gonna one shot. He's gonna kill himself to do this.
Which is a good enough trade.
5 shots.
It's a good trade to get to that,
I think it's worth
sweet nougaty core.
Killing himself is worth it. 3 hits, 3 wounds. Should just kill. Do they have an invul? It's AP3. They have a 5 invul.
Apparently. Yeah, once again, the rules that we're looking at might be out of date, so we don't have the...
Remoras?
Okay, that makes
We're looking at an old data sheet then. We're looking at... I'm going to pull up a new data sheet.
Yeah.
If they have invuls, that's really good. I have the compendium right here. That's really creative on Jofonz's part to find something that was really good in the Tau. Because I think Remoras are actually pretty solid.
Yeah, at least from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, they seem really good.
Yes, like one of those like hidden gems in the large compendium that came
Yeah,
out.
I was hoping Hazard Suits would be pretty good, because then maybe I would actually pick up Tau again, because they just look so cool.
Yeah, those are the dudes with like the dual burst cannons.
Yeah, they look really cool.
They're kind of like the more like, well, I guess even more anime looking than the rest of the Tau army.
Well, they also, you could take a custom set to give them like extra, like better burst cannons or something like that. And the Ivara just got wrecked. Like, it's so bad now. Yeah, Remoras have a 3-up armor save now. They can hover, which is pretty good. They always have light cover, so they have a 2-up, so they have a 5-up armor. So against, well, actually, they actually only should have had a 6-up because Todd forgot that he's in the tactical doctrine right now.
Yeah.
So. Not a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, because it looks like he... I can't tell if he pulled any of those stealth drones yet.
Yeah. He needs to kill another... He needs to kill the Black Remora, because there's not... He would have to... He'd have to charge the Inceptor. Oh man, yeah, he'd have to kill this... He has to kill this Black Remora because of the positioning on that Inceptor. This is the assault cannon.
Yeah, just that Talon Master having a twin heavy bolter and
4
an assault
wounds
cannon.
at AP1, so he's 3-up armors. Spending a CP to reroll that. So still failed it, so...
Yeah, also another thing, it looks like Todd did raise the banner in the center there, looking at that dice marker there. From his movement phase.
1 Black Remora just went down.
Yeah, so it opens up
hole.
a gap.
But see, the Inceptor's kind of in the way.
Yeah, because the Blade Guard that want to get in there can't move over him.
He'd have to charge the Inceptor at the blue Remoras and like fly over them onto the other side.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky. Yeah, Remora's secret missiles are D3 damage each.
Okay, yeah, so that looks
So
like
they're
it's
different.
Yeah, so we were looking at an old data sheet earlier.
Yeah, so you see the Remoras have already blown their shots, so now they're just flying burst cannons. Their
Yeah,
screens of
flying
burst.
screens.
Still think that's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty good when your screen can move that far. You can,
Okay, looks like Todd's overcharging Inceptors to try and kill the blue Remoras.
Yeah, because like because the gap he already made just quite isn't enough to get enough into that commander. I don't think.
Fives. 2 damage.
Yep, and you can tell that Todd he's rolling these one at a time just because he is
Because he
overcharging.
could blow himself up.
Yep, which is a very good thing to do because like if you roll all of your dice and you roll like 5 ones, you don't know where those ones went per model.
Do Remoras go up by wounds? They have 5 wounds each.
Ooh, so
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, 2 damages. You gotta get 3 of those through.
You gotta get 3 wounds through, yeah.
Yes.
He only needs to kill 1 to be able to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 goes through.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 Remora down. That's enough to create a hole. Do you think that was worth it?
To overcharge into all the Remora?
Because now those Inceptors, I'd say it was, because I don't think those Inceptors are going to be able to get. I don't think those are going to get killed this next turn. Not in dense cover.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because
Yeah,
like,
especially.
Also, the way that he deep struck it, he made it so that even the preceding turns, he still has some options as to where they can prioritize their targets.
Yeah.
So I'd say, like, without knowing how the future is going to go, it seemed like a pretty solid
That was a
play.
pretty bad roll from his Talon Masters too. Ooh.
Yep. So it looks like he's losing some more of his Remoras,
Yeah.
which that definitely has a big enough hole for getting all the Blade Guard in there now. Yep, and then one's down, one wing left.
Yeah.
And at that point, you could just like kind of ignore them and take care
I
of
would
the commander.
honestly, to me, I would have shot enough to open the hole, kill the commander, and then like, I'm not that afraid of
Yeah, they have a bunch of like straight 5 burst cannons that everything in your army is gonna effectively.
And when the
have a
drone
2-up
controller's down, they only hit on 4s.
Yeah.
There's better fish to fry at that point. They also can't hold objectives.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because that makes sense because they're the flyers effectively, so they can't do that. The only thing they can do is help with his engage in all
I think
fronts.
Todd should do. I think he's 9 inches away from the stealth suits in the upper left too. So if he's within, he should try and charge both. Because if he could kill those stealth suits off that objective, he doesn't have to kill the Riptide. He just has to tie it up. They can't fall back and shoot.
Yeah,
so,
and it can shoot in combat, but it's hitting you on 5s.
Yeah, with Terminators too, like 3 wounds each. So like, if he could charge, kill those stealth suits, and then tie up the Riptide.
Yeah, he just has to touch him with one of them.
That'll make Jofonz only have a 5-point turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be
assuming he
big.
takes the bottom right, which I think he will. So Todd just can't fail this charge like he did against me.
Yeah.
He rolled a 7. He rolled a 5 twice.
Yeah, on a 7-inch charge.
Yeah, it was pretty bad when me and him played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's
Todd and I are practice partners for the most part. He played one game with this list before this, so definitely one of the better players in our area. Looks like a heavy bolter just shot. Yeah, I think it was the other Yeah, there's definitely enough of a hole. I think it was the other Talonmaster. I think only one Talonmaster shot.
Mhm.
Yep, here comes the charge phase. And Scepter's going to charge first.
Yep, to soak up the
Soak up
Overwatch.
that Overwatch. Yep, smart play. Smart play. Oh, and then he's going to, for the greater good, the Remora too.
Yeah, actually, how does that work with 9th edition now? Tau could effectively always Overwatch
Yep.
without needing...
Yeah, they got the detachment ability.
Yeah, where they effectively could always Overwatch without
Yeah.
having to do the stratagem, which limits you to doing it once per turn.
Is the Sasea detachment ability only in the shooting phase? Can you look that up really quick?
Yeah, we can go back to it.
Because he just rerolled an Overwatch shot.
Shooting phase.
Hey, Jofonz, did you reroll with Sasea? Did you reroll with Sasea?
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's only in the shooting phase.
Yes. Yep.
Glad we caught that in time.
Yep.
I guess it's the other good thing about having a stream is like at least I'm watching at least one game.
Yeah.
You know, all the time.
Yeah, because like it would be.
Of course,
nice
we're not
if
assuming
had
anyone's cheating or anything.
Yeah, it's just nice.
That's
to have,
a very honest mistake.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
I make that mistake.
There's so many minute wordings where like. Yeah, I know. Like one of the things, like with all the new Necron stratagems, a lot of those specify the shooting phase, and I know in the
Necrons
past
don't have a FAQ out yet, do they?
I think they did. I think the only thing they clarified in there was like a Silent King interaction, with like basically saying you have to kill the men here first. All right, now here's the big charge: Terminators, and he only declared the Riptide.
Yep. Can you only shoot 4 shots? Oh, this is the smart missiles, maybe?
Could be, yeah.
Should have 8 smart. Oh no, he has plasma rifles up top. Not smart missiles.
Yep, here's
now
that
here's
ion.
the ion. Here's the big one. 5s. He has a counterfire defense system too.
That's a pretty...
You don't need ATS when you have an ion cannon.
Yeah.
It's AP4, so you can afford to take that extra upgrade.
Yep, he's got 3 wounds.
Yep.
Let's see what Todd does here.
So it looks like a Terminator or 2 died? Yeah, geez, that hurt.
Yeah, that's a lot of points there.
Okay. So now the plasma rifle. He was shooting the fusion blasters on the commander.
Yeah, which makes sense, yeah. Yeah, it's always good to re-clarify with your opponent just to make sure that everything's not in the correct order.
Alright, now let's see if Todd gets this charge. He got it.
Yeah, he box carded it.
I still think Todd was better off charging the stealth suits on the left, but we'll see. See how this goes. I guess he really wants to kill this thing. Which, I mean, this is that's a pretty big stealth. That's a pretty big dude
I'm
to go
assuming
down.
he overcharged it with a 3-up invuln.
Oh, right. Yeah, you don't need to...
Yeah, because he took the prototype weapon where you don't have to overcharge
You don't have to overcharge the burst cannon, yeah. That's what I always did with it. That's why I liked it so much, because you'd always have a 3-up invuln.
Yeah, but it's still going to be hard to get through a 3-up invuln.
I see a wound marker next to it, so it probably hurt itself to get that 3-up invuln. So.
Yeah.
Making sure he moves back a little bit, so it's mostly so that way he doesn't pile into the commander in the back.
Yeah,
too,
that would be pretty big to tie that up.
He can anyway, though, as long as he doesn't base. He can make it to that commander. Yeah, if the guy had a 3-up invul, then it was probably most definitely still more worth it to charge the stealth suits. But
yeah, because I mean the lightning claws
probably aren't going to kill it.
Yeah, but I mean, well, I guess that's one thing we didn't really talk about yet. But like lightning claws, like with their changes recently, are just
5 attacks
super good.
each.
Yeah.
I still don't think they kill it, but who knows?
Yeah.
I guess maybe Todd might be trying to pile into that commander in the back.
Yeah, but also...
But only if he didn't base the Riptide.
Yeah, how does the Riptide degrade in ballistic skill as well?
Yes.
So that could be another good reason to do so.
He could act at full. There's 1 CP strength for
that's
Todd.
right, yeah.
It's called Stimulant Injector or something like that.
Let's see what his next charge target is. Looks like he's given a
Yeah,
good thing.
if he did charge those stealth suits, he'd be able to send like one or two. He'd also be on the I don't know.
Yep. So he
We'll
did.
see how this goes.
Yep.
Maybe
he did
I'm
charge
wrong.
the Inceptors into those stealth suits there on the right.
That's a good idea. Gets
Yeah,
him in a better
but he
position.
failed.
Oh,
And then Captain's going in.
gets him in a better position. He's pulling out all the stops here. Yeah, the Riptide also has stealth shield drones nearby, so they could soak some of those wounds too.
Yeah, that's true. But would you want to soak up those 1 damage wounds though? Because
Probably not.
but then also
It depends, because you can roll the saves one at a time.
yeah, but also with that too.
Or no,
like,
they're on a hit roll.
well, I'm thinking about Todd's army too. The only damage or above damage one shooting he has is the plasma inceptors, which he's already lost half of them, and his heavy bolter, which is damage
Has
2.
not lost half of them. He has 6 of them left.
Yeah,
Quick maths there.
yeah. Well,
6 out of 10 left.
We'll see if the commander survives and bonks him or something.
Yeah.
When's the next round starting?
Good question.
This round ends.
Yeah, if you go to the pairings.
I have to go to the pairings and the BCB player app.
It's not showing it for me too. It might be because I'm not in the event.
I didn't start the clock.
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
What time did we start?
TO question there. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Looks like the Riptide is getting swung at first. Yeah, it looks like he did get within an inch of the commander too. At least when he consolidates, he will.
Yeah, because he's using one of the more like advanced charge and fight
Yeah,
based
so like
tactics.
whenever,
Where,
right?
yeah, go ahead. You can explain it.
When you charge, you don't normally want to base the model. Did the bottom blade guard advance? I'm not sure. And I can't run it back. I don't think that they did. They were only just above the dense cover, so I don't think that they advanced.
I don't think
they advanced.
Yeah, because they were pretty close to start with.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like they're definitely.
But then Mason did ask if they could advance it. Maybe he'd ask because of that. Maybe the ones in the middle advanced. Not sure.
Possibly because you could.
Not enough to where I could tell them to stop the game and run it back. Like, I don't think I'm confident enough to do that, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry about that. I wish I knew.
Yep.
Stealth suits are -1 to hit in close combat. It's a weird one.
Yeah, so it's just
like
-1.
the ghost kills -2 to hit in close combat with the special drones too.
Yep,
but -2 to hit does not matter.
Only in cases where you're getting
plus
hit by
one,
something
yeah.
with +1.
So he took a 4-up invul, so that's one with a shield generator.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of those he took.
Me neither. Shield generator. Let me look at his list. He's got 2 shield generators, I think. No, they all have shield generators.
That's an expensive squad.
That is an expensive squad. Those are 10-point upgrades.
I mean, 4-up invulns, like, if you're, like, looking at any other armies that have that, like, they're super strong. Like, between Harlequins, New Storm Shields.
Yeah, but I don't know if, like, 40 points a model, or 30-some points a model is really worth it.
Yeah. And
Challengers have 4 attacks each. With the power sword, so the Blade Guard haven't even swung yet.
Yep, because that's the...
So, we know what Tod did up top. Like, he wasn't trying to kill the Riptide, he was trying to tie up the commander, too.
Yeah,
so
which,
now,
I mean, when you make a 12-inch charge, you can definitely do that.
Yeah.
And the 12-inch, he actually rolled a 10, but he got a +2 from the Chaplain.
As I was describing earlier, sometimes you don't even need the 12-inch charge, because you get pretty much a 6-inch free move. Like, when you consolidate in Highlands. So, like, that's, like, one of the big things that people need to be aware of. Like, when you charge, you get a free 6-inch move as well, as long as it's towards the nearest enemy model. So, like, if you charge and you stay, like, let's say an inch away, like, just in engagement range, you could orbit around the opponent's model and get behind it if you need to, and then get to whatever's behind it or whatever. So... he definitely did that to try and get to that commander back there. Yeah, Tod could not get, like, and also with your charge move is just a regular movement as long as one guy gets within engagement range. So, like, if Tod, like, let's say rolled, like, boxcars or whatever, he could have moved a Blade Guard veteran within 3, just outside of 3 of the Riptide on the right there.
And then just sort of...
and then piled into it.
Yeah, because it would have been the closest.
He wouldn't get to
model
fight
pile
it.
into.
He wouldn't get to fight it, but
Yeah,
he'd
but-
tie it up too.
Yeah, and stop it from shooting anything else.
Let me scratch what I said earlier about how shield drones really hurt Tau. Not fallback and shoot really hurts Tau.
Yeah, I think that was
the
probably
biggest killer. That's really bad.
Yeah, I have a feeling once we do eventually get the 9th edition Codex for Tau,
I really
they'll have
hope
some
that
of that.
Tau do.
But at least right now they're in it's a very hard state to win games as Tau.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jason
Tau are
or
in a rough-
Jofonz, I mean, he's showing like still like they do have their bite. Like
He
it's
beat a
still
Marine
Tau
player.
shooting.
He beat a Marine player round 1.
Yeah.
So I mean he beat a Death Watch player. Oh. That hurts.
Oh, so that's a
So
consolidate.
they were within 4 inches of the Riptide, so he could pile in and be within an inch of the Riptide.
Yep. And still hold the objective.
Yep.
That's some smart play
Yep.
right there.
I don't know what Jofonz does at this point.
Yeah, because he
can't shoot.
He can't shoot with 2 of his Riptides.
His Riptides could shoot into combat.
Yeah, which,
He at least has that.
yeah.
But, I mean, he doesn't get to choose what he shoots at. We'll see what he has up his sleeve. But that was big. This is against the commander, I think.
Yeah, I think this is going into the commander right there.
Yep. Does he have a shield? Yeah, he has a shield generator.
Yep, so he's got to make quite a few of these to survive.
Well, he needs to make 3 of them, so he needs to roll average. He rolled above average. So 4 damage, so it doesn't kill him.
Yeah, because commanders, they have 6
6 wounds.
Yeah, 6 wounds, that's right.
So the commander's gonna live. Unless the Inceptor, like,
Goes all out.
big chads this thing. Yeah, getting the shield generator on that commander was pretty nice in that. So Jofonz has to fail two of these on 3-ups. He failed one, so he took 1 wound. Yeah. Todd's played against my Tau enough times to know their stats really well too.
Yeah.
Oops. Todd's just glad that he can't fall back and shoot anymore.
Yeah, if this was 8th edition, this would be a
that's
bit of
why.
a different game.
Yep, sure it would be.
Be like, you touch me. Sucks for that.
Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Alright, cool.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a lap too.
Yep, sounds good. Let's see, what is this going into? Oh, it looks like it's a fight back from the Taos right now. This is Commander because it's hitting on 3s. Yep, so just trying to finish off his fight phase right here. Good thing it's Tau, so not too much damage coming on back. Got no far side enclaves to do all that fancy close combat shenanigans. And it looks like we're getting into Jofonz start of turn 2. Yep, so Todd, this turn, he got his 10 primary points and got another 3 for priority target. And he got his raise the banner at the beginning of the turn as well. Let me actually show that to you guys. And Oath of Moment, that's scored at the end of the battle round, so he won't be scoring that until the end of Jofonz's turn. Yep. Yep, start of Jofonz's turn. He gets 10 points for his primary right here. So we'll get that updated and you'll see it right there. So at this point, still pretty close game. Well, for Jofonz, it's only the start of his turn, but I don't think he'll be able to get any of the assassinates this turn just because, well, the big shots are kind of tied up right now with Terminators up top and the Blade Guard down on the bottom. And for while we stand, we'll figure that out towards the end of this game. So let's go back to full screen.
Yeah, nice. I got one squad, so heavy flamer.
Yep, so it looks like what Jofonz is doing with his Remoras is he's just effectively try to make them as annoying as possible, just moving them out, or moving that last one left out into the corner, just so that if anything does want to shoot at it, it's sort of a weird angle because it's hiding behind that obscuring cover right there, so anything that'd want to shoot it would have to effectively get around that or touch the building to be able to see through it. The stealth suits up top, he's just moving them over to the side, just trying to keep them as far from danger as possible. And it looks like he might be able to pull some line of sight into the that Blade Guard in the middle left right there. Currently in combat with that commander, because that commander survived, I feel like he's likely going to be falling back out of combat there and just trying to get somewhere safe. And because it's a cold star, I'm fairly certain he has a pretty good movement, but we'll see what goes. Yep, Riptide falling back out of combat, which personally I think that's probably the better play to do there. It's better than, I mean, yeah, you'd be shooting into those Terminators, but you'd be shooting at -1 to hit, so you'd be hitting on 5s, no rerolls unless he spends a stratagem. But then I think there'd be better targets to put the Marker Light upload to, like, well, this turn he really doesn't have that much shooting he can do, just because his big shooters both got tied up, so it's a little hard to try to shoot anything. It looks like he does have some, I think those are Fire Warriors on the bottom side, and a few stealth suits, so that would be about all the shooting I think he'd be able to get done this turn. Yep, and then drones falling on behind, just making sure that if he needs to pass off any wounds, he's got some friends to do so. Yep, looks like he might be getting close to the end of his movement phase. Got a few more things he could move. Looks like he might be trying to, bring those, I believe they're Fire Warriors, just trying to pop them out, get, oh no, he's kind of huddling in a bit more, trying to get away from those Terminators, since I think they'd be pretty good at taking care of him. Oh, actually, so he does have a bit more shooting this turn, because he does have the other commander that he left back, and I believe that's the missile pod commander, or it might be Cyclic Island. I'll have to take another look, but still, that's a pretty good amount of shots, and I think those Terminators would be a pretty good target for that. And yeah, also a pretty smart play there, screening off those Terminators with the drones, just trying to reduce their mobility as much as possible. I mean, obviously they could be charged at or be shot by possibly the Talon Masters, but it's hard to justify putting shots into drones, especially... Oh, okay, there we go. That's actually probably the best play there, because if he moved the screen further back, he would have been able to, or Todd would have been able to charge into those drones, try to eventually, like what Trainer was talking about earlier, do the orb walk around them, and then effectively get more movement, and he could have been able to tie up that Riptide again, which would have been really bad news for him. And it seems like he might be doing something similar with these Fire Warriors here, just trying to reduce the mobility of those Blade Guard down there, just making it really hard to get up to the core of his Tau army. Yep, and then what he's doing there is he's just trying to complete the screen with the other set of Fire Wars, which I think that's a pretty smart play right there. Alright, looks like we're getting pretty close to the end of the movement phase. Looks like he's doing his
Alright, I'm back.
overcharges. Welcome back, Trainer.
Who's overcharging?
Sorry, not overcharging. It's the branched overcharge.
Yeah.
For the Riptides.
Yep.
So he did fall back with both of his Riptides, and effectively, like, a lot of what his movement phase right now is he's trying to screen as much as possible. Like, you can see those drones up top there.
Yeah.
But it
That
gives,
really brings me back.
yeah. Yeah, so that gives him, like, effectively another turn of not having to worry about those Terminators, but...
Maybe. I still think the Terminators could swing around.
Yeah. But it's effectively, like, you could kind of tell that, like, Jofonz is sort of, like, on the back heel at this point.
Yeah.
But he's, like, definitely, like, not treating this like a game over. He's still trying to do as much as he
Trying
can.
to win, yep.
Yep, and because, I mean,
Push
sometimes...
prod all you could do, you know.
Yep, sometimes in 40k, like, that's, like... Well, I've seen some cases where, like, you just get, like, alpha struck, like, turn one, and it just, like, feels really bad, but then eventually you end up pulling the game outside of that.
I mean, it still is only a 7-point game, so...
Yeah. Yeah, because Jofonz, he did score 10 primaries at the beginning.
Got the one on the left.
Yeah, yeah. Because if Todd was able to take him off of that, that would have been pretty big. So removing that 5 points.
Yeah, I think Todd made the right decision because he stopped 4 fusion blasters from hitting his Terminators. So, I'm trying so hard not to go buy 2 Indominus boxes right now
Yeah, just looking over to the right, off in the distance.
because it's like Necrons, you know. I could get this out.
Yeah, plus he could get so many more of those Blade Guard veterans.
Yeah, I don't need more armies because I just bought 3 immolators for my sisters because I'm liking the heavy bolters a lot, and I'm liking the list I played last night, even though I almost lost the game.
Yeah, sometimes dice happen.
Yeah, they definitely do happen, man.
Yeah, let's see what's going
That
on
was a
here. So
rough
it's
game.
definitely the shooting phase. I think this might be.
Yeah. Most people think Tau don't move. It's like no, they do move. Tau are fast.
Yeah.
They are mobile firepower. Mobile durable firepower has always been how Tau play. But yeah, it is. He has some. Jofonz they have 2 phases. They move and they shoot, and sometimes they charge. I've charged with them before.
Yeah, well, hey, if you got those.
It's the free movement.
Yeah, what is it called? The where you effectively get the -1 AP even in close combat.
Yeah, ATS.
Yeah, ATS systems.
That gives you advanced targeting with your fists.
Yep, you just really guide that fist right into his face.
Yeah, Crisis Bodyguards get, if they have ATS, they're AP1, 3 attacks each, rerolling everything with 1 CP, I think. Just 1 CP,
Yeah, no,
reroll
those
all
are-
hit and wound rolls.
Yeah, it was funny. Well, this was back in the 8th edition days. I remember playing against trainers. Effectively, it's like Farsight, Crisis Bomb list.
Yeah, 9 Crisis
Yeah,
Bodyguards.
and I remember. I think that's when I was playing the Possessed Bomb there with all of the buffs on them, and you still killed 5 of them or something.
Yeah, well, trick is you charge, and then the jump pack mortal wound strat. Every model within an inch on a 3-up, you do a mortal wound to your enemy. So, and this was when Marines only had 1 wound each and everything, and Possessed only had what? Did they only have 1 wound each? They had 2 wounds each. You still charge. You could kill 3 or 4 Possessed on the charge, and then you fight, and then you probably kill 3 or 4 more.
Yep.
You know, and the Crisis Suits hit on 3s in close combat. It
Yep.
was pretty good.
Yep. So for Jofonz,
was
looks
good
like
days.
he just finished up his shooting phase here. He didn't have too much to shoot, but
He branched Nova Charge into the double move.
that's actually, I feel like, a pretty good play because
That is a good
it
play.
really gets his Riptides away
You
from those.
essentially get to charge in a direction without having to declare a charge or fight or anything like that. So that's So I'm assuming he branched Nova Charge into a 3-up invul on that.
Yeah, because
So,
I feel like with those Riptides, I mean, you still have to worry about those Dark Talon shooting
max
them.
preservation. That's the #1 thing. I think that Jofonz will keep his 2 Riptides alive. I think Todd's gonna have a hard time actually trying to get to those Riptides and tie them up. But yeah. So we're getting a secondary update here.
Yep. So yeah, you want to go see what they're doing, just so we don't interrupt the game too much.
Todd, how many oaths did you get? 2.
So
Did you fall back or fail morale check?
No, I don't do that.
So you should have got 3.
No, it's
2 for holding the middle.
center, 1 for not failing, 2 for killing someone.
Looked this up last night. Double check that.
here we could.
You know what? I'll double check it for you. Because I think you're lying to me. But I've already been wrong about a few rules things today, so maybe you're not lying to me. Pretty sure Oaths a Moment is 2 for holding the middle. But that's what...
Yeah, it's 2 for holding the center.
You get 2 for holding the center. So he has 2 more, so he has actually 7, not 5. Because it's 2 for holding the middle, 1 for killing a vehicle character, then 1 for not falling back.
Yeah,
So for
but
turn
he
1...
didn't get.
Turn 1, he did not fall back, so he should have got 3 turn 1, and then 3 turn 2.
Yeah, so
he
did
has
get
6, not 7.
And then I gave him his 2 Raise the Banner, since at this point he still has 2 banners.
It's 2 banners.
Yeah, and I think Jofonz or Todd he's
So
holding.
not killing that commander actually kind of hurt because he would have got the 4th oath the moment.
Yeah,
that
and then
turn.
Todd, he was holding 3 to his 2 at the beginning, so he does get 15 for his primary.
Yeah, that's gonna be the killer more than anything else.
Yeah, because like with the Space Marines, like having like a nearly guaranteed like slow grind objective that you'll at least get 10
Yeah.
points out of it is hard to.
I think the other thing too is like, I think we're definitely dealing with just like it's not even like, not like Todd's playing bad or playing. I mean, he's playing pretty well and everything. It's just like Marines are just so damn powerful, and Tau are just like, they're probably one of the bottom of the barrel factions at this moment.
Yeah,
They
sad
really
to
need
say.
the help, and it really sucks. And I mean, Jofonz won 1 game against Marines in the first round, so that's saying something about his playing ability. But like,
Yeah, definitely don't doubt that
I
at all.
think that I think Tau have a really, really rough go at this. And that's kind of why I quit playing them. I think if you play him, you have to bring like piranhas and because
Yeah,
they can take
you
fusion
have to, like,
blasters, they have to
jank
get
to win.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently bring
Farsight
those
enclaves
Remoras
is the way to
too.
go. Yeah, Remoras, yes. Remoras are so good. I like them. They made hazard suits good. It's just not being able to fall back and chart and shoot. And also, like, you don't want to go up on the objectives, really. Because then you're getting closer to your enemy.
Yeah, that's just realized I forgot to bring it up.
Yeah,
so I'll
let's get the scoreboard up.
Yeah,
Look
for
at this. Alright, so this is turn 3, actually, not turn 2.
well, it's
so we've already updated
bottom
Todd.
of turn 3.
Top of turn 3. Todd went first.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
So the dark angles. Yeah, just remember that we don't have Jofonz's turn 3 score set yet because he hasn't taken his turn 3. But
Yeah, but even if you subtract that 15 from
So,
what Todd got in his primary,
Jofonz is trying to keep his Wally stands alive in the back.
yeah, they're all 3 like in that
Yeah.
upper right corner. I think we said we're gonna stop at. Oh, it's already 3:15.
Not too much longer.
We're probably.
Alright, we're back. Another TO question.
Yep.
We're not going to get out of here before 6.
Yeah.
At 6:30 will be when we finish, and we're probably going to get out of here at 7, then we have to pack all this up.
Yeah, because we gotta take apart the stream and everything.
Yep, and then we have to put all these tables up again.
Yeah,
all
but
these great
we'll
people.
definitely see. I know us Warhammer folk are pretty good at helping each other out. See if we can get some help from the boys.
Probably. Let the writing guys go home early, though.
Yeah, oh yeah,
They
definitely.
got a long
'cause-
trip home.
Yeah, they gotta.
Unless
that,
they stayed the night, then they have to help us.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get the scoreboard out of the way. Oh, there's Remora back there still.
Yeah,
That's
well,
getting
it's
him
funny. Yeah,
recon
he
points.
moved it in like the bottom. That's like
Yeah.
a pretty good spot to put him
Still
because
scratching and clawing for those points,
Yeah.
man. You gotta get every point you can when you're losing.
yeah, and the only thing that Todd could do to deal with that is like shoot like tactical Marines and like that one Inceptor there, which the Inceptor
Well,
might be able
Inceptor's
to do
gonna
it
chase it down and shoot it to death.
and charge it again.
Yeah. Todd's got the right idea. He's just gonna sit on the objectives.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
doesn't.
gonna- he's not
yeah,
gonna
he
risk
doesn't need to
himself.
go up there.
Yeah.
Like, if he gets up there, that's just more
He's not gonna
firepower.
go for that corner.
Because like you could see like the angle that he made with those blade guard on the bottom, so that he really has to swing around with those
Yeah.
riptides to be
I
able
mean,
to
there's
shoot
no
there.
reason to go too aggressive. Like, make Jofonz earn it, you know? Like, don't give him anything.
7, 16, 19.
So these Inceptors are shooting.
We will figure out their target soon.
I'm pretty sure it's Fire Warriors. Which, it should just vaporize them. Yeah, this is pretty rough. Travis, like, completely, like, plowed Nick, too. So that's probably gotta be the last round.
Oh yeah,
Travis and
yeah,
Tod.
probably got a score up already.
It's like he tabled him on turn 4.
Yeah, well, like, he scored 100 points, so that is every point he could score.
Yeah, so I don't really see that. Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah, I mean, best lessons you could learn are the ones that hurt the most.
Yeah. Oh man, Nick only got 17 points. That hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Looks like he's doing field no pains, he said?
Yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah,
are shield
yeah,
drones.
shield. I guess that's a... Yeah, I mean, if you shoot them, might as well kill them before they soak up wounds for things that matter.
Yep.
Especially if that's really the only like targets you have with those Dark Talons outside of Fire Warriors. Yeah, because in Todd's list, I'm assuming he takes Rights of War on something. I don't remember what it's on. Because I'm not sure where the Tod has his objective secured, but I'm assuming it's going to be on the Chaplain. So that all those Blade Guards are objective secured.
He has Rights of War on the Chaplain.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because he has the Vox of Spiritum on the Chaplain. So the Vox of Spiritum
Yeah.
also gives the Rights of War 9 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's like... well, it's like always an auto take for like Marines taking that Rights of War with an elite level army. Because like, yeah, just having all that objective secured on Blade Guard is pretty intense.
It is. Probably one of the best abilities in the game.
Well, it's funny because Marines, they always have 2 Warlord traits that they always take.
Agua, por favor. Water.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, he actually didn't hit the mute too, but whatever.
Oops.
I know, they heard us asking about water.
4 water.
Yeah.
The store just gave us those. I didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, nice.
And I got another water. And they covered the pizza. So
It's pretty cool.
they did. They're doing a lot today. I think they're just happy to have so many people in the store today too, which is good.
Yep, because people in the store means you're looking at those models that are pretty tempting on the shelves.
Especially those like 10 Indominus boxes left. Especially me looking at those Indominus
Yeah.
boxes. Gotta start my Necron army. So like, I would need like
You need a lot of...
I need a lot of stuff because
Well,
I need.
Indominus, it does give you 20 warriors, though.
I know, but I think that's the only thing I would use out of the box, though. Maybe the Chronomancer, or maybe is there like?
There's not a Chrono... It's the Plasmancer that no one uses.
Yeah, but you could convert it to a Chronomancer.
Yeah, that's what
so it's like you buy like 2 of those, and then you only have like 500 points of your army.
Alright,
Thank you.
awesome. Travis to the rescue with some ice cold water.
Hells yeah.
That was Nick's first tournament. I hope you're proud of yourself.
I'm very proud of myself. He's playing Custodies. He deserved every flamer he got.
I told him that Custodies have a hard time against new Marines.
Yeah, it's fucking rough.
Marines are really good against Custodies right now.
What we got watching?
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah, you just want to hang out? I mean, you got some time since saw you scored exactly 100 points.
Yes. Nick did very valiantly, but when he split his guys up, he wasn't going to be able to take a lot of individual.
So he did an
multiples.
early release the Lions on his
Early release the
Aurorus.
lines, and he kind of just offered them up.
Yeah, so actually for the viewers at home, we have Travis here talking. He's playing Salamanders, right?
Playing Red Scorpions with Salamander
Okay,
Successor
that's
kits
right,
with Whirlwind of Rage and Born Heroes.
Yeah, those are pretty strong successor traits. I mean, you could like literally throw that on like any Space Marine army and call it good.
Yeah, so because that kind of makes up for any weakness you might have shooting,
Yeah,
and then you just carry the day with whatever units you're taking for the post combat. Like I got aggressors and centurions,
yeah.
which you might see me on the next round here. 'cause
Yeah, I feel like, well, yeah, you got to win round 1, 100 points this round. You're likely going to be at top table here.
yeah, might be against Todd.
Yeah, right now, Todd, I think at this point he's pretty comfortably in the lead. I don't think he could lose this at this point, but we'll see what happens with those 2 Riptides. See how
Yeah.
much they can kill.
Thing is though, Todd's got those inner circles, lightning claws, terminators, and
Yeah,
good God, man,
yeah,
forever transhuman physiology.
yep. And that's actually the upper left right there. He just charged into the,
The Riptide?
Yeah,
Or
that's
the
a
Chasseur?
commander.
The Chasseur,
Yeah. Round 5, or yeah, I think it's probably about 15, 20 minutes left.
Check the BCP out.
We actually forgot to start the timer there. What's that? I think it's 3:40 is around, but we'll let you know. Yeah, once we get Trainer back here, because he was manually keeping time in his head because, yeah, we forgot to start the timer.
Of course he is. It looks like you're... I mean, honestly, Volatile looks like they're doing some work. But...
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you saw his list, but he's running these, like, the Forge World, like, stealth drone flyers, which had some really interesting, like, things they could do with it, because he... Turn 1, what he did is, like, in the bottom corner here, he, like, made a bubble right there and then put his commander in the middle of it, and because those are treated as airborne, you can't charge it unless you have fly.
I see, okay.
So against armies that don't have that, you just can't get in there, but Todd was able to crack it open just by, he fired, like, all of his plasma inceptors in there, and then was able to charge the commander, but not quite kill him. But yeah, there's definitely like some cool parts to the Tau list. It's just I feel like Tau right now they're really struggling with the 9th edition rule set because they lost their fall back and shoot.
There's a ton of line of sight blocking terrain as well.
Yeah, and also just like the points increase to the shield drones, which was like their identity.
Yeah, it was. I remember playing my Sources of Battle, and actually this was the tournament up in Tahoe.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a bit today.
I played against Todd for his Emperor's Children versus my Sisters of Battle for first place, and I ended up losing because he just had so much more firepower. My staying power wasn't just there anymore.
Yeah, and I remember one of the things Todd did do that game is for one of his big squads of Noise Marines, he gave them the Toughness 5, if I remember correctly,
Yes, he gave them
which was
Toughness
really
5
hard
too.
for you to get through because he had just a bunch of bolters.
Yeah, I was playing the standard Sisters of Battle spam when I was running like 50 Sisters, I think.
Yeah.
Like 50 Sisters, the Exorcist bomb, all that good stuff. And Todd gave it to me with the Dread Claw. Remember the Dread Claw?
Yeah.
Big old fucking thing. Dropped in 20 Noise Marines behind me and just wiped out 2 squads.
Yeah, and those Noise Marines, especially with the Faith and Fury, they put out some insane firepower with double shooting, ignoring cover, damage to all the good stuff.
It was a really, really good tournament. John ran a really strong tournament there, and I couldn't beat Todd. So we'll see if I can redeem myself against his inner circle lightning claws. Probably not.
And all of his transhuman blade guard.
Yeah. Oh, transhuman blade guard.
It's gonna be a lot of 4s you gotta roll.
Yeah. Lucky for me, I got a lot of shots, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go hit the pisser.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for streaming, bro.
Alright, so start of the Tau turn. Let's get some of those scores updated. So it looks like he held 1 at the beginning. I'm assuming Todd got another 3 points for that priority target because he's definitely holding that. So we'll throw that on there. And he should have got 2 more points for Raise the Banner. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up that scoreboard right there. I believe this is updated score at the start of, or the bottom of Battle Round 3. So, yep, that's sort of not fun having those 5 points in the primary, but it's hard to, yeah, once you get pushed back into there. So it looks like some of the things, it seems like Jofonz, unless he really goes all out with his models, he should be getting the full 15 points on the While We Stand. And for Assassinate, that's just going to be pretty hard just because Tod right now has so much in front of his characters, and unless he shoots out a commander, I believe he still has... Yeah, that Cold Star. Oh wow, that Cold Star somehow lived up top there on the upper left. All right. Hey Todd, you want to tell me what you got in your turn?
I got 3 priority targets.
So you should be at 9.
Yes.
And then Oath of Moment, that's end of the battle round. And then you should have 5 banners.
No, I've only scored banners twice.
Oh, okay, so you should be at 3. Alright. Now the score is correct. And also, yeah, sorry, not keeping track of the command points. You got 5 CP? Oh, you haven't spent a single one? And don't want to interrupt Jofonz in his turn, but seems like he still might have quite a few CP. Only seen him spend a few for rerolls, and that's about it so far. Yeah, so he's moving those back there. Yeah, it seems like he might be giving up on the engage on all fronts. Not 100% sure there. Little drone buddy hanging out there. Falling back out of combat, freeing up those Terminators to get shot by 2 of his Riptides. So it looks like what he's trying to do this turn is try to take out those Assault Terminators. It's going to be pretty tough, being that they're inner circle with only wounding on a 4+, but we'll see what he goes for. Yep, and actually, I thought he didn't have his 3rd quarter in there, but you can see on the very bottom of the screen those 2 little burst cannons sticking out. That's his little stealth drone hanging out there. So it looks like, yeah, this turn he should be holding 3 corners, which looks like it will be another 2 points for that once we get back to the scoreboard. Yep, looks like he's pre-measuring out distance, just because I believe, yeah, that commander up on the upper right behind the Riptides. has a fusion, or not fusion, ion cannon, so you need to make sure you stay within that 18-inch range. So that's why he's shooting with that first, which is a smart move because those Riptides have much longer range and can't be pulled out of range. Yep, looking like he killed one Terminator so far. Yep, he's throwing everything he's got into those Terminators. Because you can see he still has the one normal drone on that upper left objective there. So if he could kill all of those models off of that objective, or even just make it so that there's only one left remaining on that objective, that will... it seems like that shouldn't necessarily affect the primary because Todd's already holding the middle and the two objectives on the bottom side as well. And I don't think there's any way that Jofonz would be able to get him off of that. So it seems like it's unless some pretty crazy stuff happens, Todd will likely, if we have another turn after this with time constraints, score another 15 points. Yep, pretty smart play, putting marker lights onto those Terminators just so he can get those reroll ones, trying to get as much efficiency as he can out of his shots. Yeah, actually, it looks like what Jofonz is trying to do is he's trying to take Todd off of the upper left and the middle objective there. Because if he takes him off both of those, then if Jofonz is still holding the upper left and upper right objective, then he should be able to at least limit Todd to only get 10 points in the primary at the start of his next turn as opposed to 15. Because he'd be holding one and holding two, but not holding more.
I'm thinking that like a 6 above who knows, maybe they'll do something like have a selector core unit or whatever they do. You know, like one of those kind of that's just kind of what I'm thinking about. Death Guard isn't exactly in the right spot. Another custodian is the other one that's kind of
Yeah, definitely. This has been... Yeah, definitely. It was a pretty close game at the start of this. Todd's starting to pull out in the end here, but yeah, it's definitely when the game started and everything, pretty hard to tell what was going to go on. So let me go ahead. So it's now the battle round for 3 for battle round 4 for Todd. So let's go ahead and get those scores updated. Alright, hold on a second, let me find those score cards so I can get that updated.
See, I was tempted to run defense too, but more takeaways for reasons. I was thinking 2 keepers and 1 rod against. You could throw in there.
Yeah. But I need a whole 3.
Yeah, please give hugs. We give kisses. It's another feature caster for another secret model. The third party.
All right. Yeah, once I get the scorecard updated, I'll go and take a quick walk over to John's game, and I'll see how he is going. So he should be up to 8 on that, having me keeping track there. Let's go ahead and watch the update live. Priority targets. Todd should be up to 12 at the end of this turn. Both the moment. Give him his 15 for his primary as well, since we're at the top of turn 4 right now. So far, Jofonz, yeah, he's for his secondaries. He's able to get 8 on engaged on all fronts, and he's likely going to get 15 from while we stand. So, assuming that he has those 15 points, that brings his victory points up to 47 to Todd's 71 at this point. But that's not including his turn 4 score, since he has not quite had his turn yet. Should be up to, I think it was 5 or 6 on banners. Let's go take a look. So it should be up to 9. Alright, so that right there. Yeah, top of 4. Alright. So, yep, that should be the updated scoreboard there, other than Battle Round 4. Cool. Should all be updated now. And, yeah, let's go back to full screen scoreboard. Yep. Yep, so it looks like Todd, what he's most likely attempting to do, since getting close to the end of the game and he already has the board control, what he's trying to do is try to get rid of the while we stand points from Jofonz. So that would be those 3 characters on the, or 2 Riptides and 1 commander character on the top of the screen. It'll be pretty rough to get through, but I mean, if he gets through it, that's just another 5 points that he could take away from Jofonz. And you know what? I'll do it just for you, Mason. I'll go see how John's game's going right now. Alright, wasn't able to do a full tally of John Bonatelli's game, but it looks like he was, from my rough math, about down by 10-20 points right now, since he had some secondaries that he hadn't quite finished scoring yet. Because, well, one of the things I saw is he did take Line Breaker, and he did not score any at this point yet, which has to be at least bat around 3 or more. So that's pretty rough. But yeah, at this point, Todd's really pulling away with this game.
Yeah, I don't see a... Yeah. What turn is this?
Top of 4.
Top of 4?
Yeah, top of 4.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a scoreboard right there.
Start at 1:30.
Yeah, so I think we're done at like 3:45.
3:45?
Yeah.
Really? How does that work? Should be 2.5 hours, right? So we should be done at 5. No. Start at 1:30. It's 3. Should be done at 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Math
4.
on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 20 more minutes. 20 minutes!
Yeah.
Mason, you really could have helped your team if you were here today. I had to walk up the hill, walk up in the snow both ways when I went to work every day.
Yeah, driving
In the snow.
Yeah, driving
Uphill
all
both
the way
ways. Technically, it is uphill both ways.
Yeah, I mean,
somewhat.
because you're
Because
going
up a mountain,
over a mountain,
then
so
down, then up again, then down. Yeah. Your brothers needed you.
Yep, getting close to the end here. Got, well, as you heard, trainer yelling. Muted.
I muted when Forrest came over.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, muted a little bit longer than we thought we needed to there, but yeah. So, like what we were saying while we were muted is, yeah, it seems like Tod really's got this game in the bag at this point. There's not too much.
Probably going to max Oaths of Moment
Yeah,
and in priority targets. And
he's gonna get a lot of
banners is kind of hard to max. It's really easy to get a lot of points in, but it's kind of hard to max.
It's good to at least make sure you get points for it.
Yeah. Did he get his points this round for it?
I don't think I.
He got one last turn, one on turn 2, 2 on turn 3.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah, I think he's actually at 5.
Mm-hmm.
What's your banners at, Todd? He's at 7. Yeah, he's got a max banners actually.
yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, and here pretty soon he's about to score another 3 points for his oath as well.
Did he max his primary yet? No, not yet.
Yeah, still a
He
little
only
bit
needs
more.
5 points to max his primary.
Yeah. The nice thing about using spreadsheets for keeping track of your score, you could write those macros to automatically cap primaries at 45 points, so you do not have to do any math live.
Nope. As long as I don't have to think, that's good.
Oh yeah. Yep, looks like what he's trying to do with that upper left objective is just get as many bodies as he can on there, so trying to...
Get at least one objective.
Yeah, trying to get that extra 5 points for holding 2 if he can, which he might not be able to, because one thing that Tod could potentially do is now that those riptides are so close, like the stuff in the middle could potentially move up and charge them and then hold that objective.
Yeah.
Or just even move up and hold it, don't even need to do anything to him.
Those are his while we stand points.
Yeah, so I mean, if it were me, I'd still roll that out just to make sure that, see if he can take off some more points from that.
Yeah, Travis got 100 points on
Yeah.
his, so
He's most likely going to be top table.
top table.
And it's likely going to be against Tod or
Looks like we're going to have 3 undefeateds.
possibly, yeah.
Or not, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense because at least in our normal RTTs, we usually only have about 12 players, which guarantees one player's undefeated at the end.
Yeah.
But because we have
We might have 2 undefeateds. I don't know.
yeah, possibly.
I don't know the math. We're prizing out the top 4, so we got pretty good prize support.
Yep.
We got a raffle prize. We got a paint prize. We got a last place prize.
Yep, and we need to do some paint judging as well.
You know, limit. Have you seen his Space Wolf army?
Not quite yet because I haven't walked around at all.
It's
You know,
gorgeous. Go take a
You've
go
left
take a
me-
lap.
You've left me alone here long enough.
Go take a lap.
Yep, you get to have
Take a
some
lap.
fun.
Yeah, I'll entertain the stream. All right. Yeah, that drone nerf really hurt Tau. Usually, I'm used to, like, with Tau, at the end of the game, you'd still have, like, almost all your suits and everything still. You see his Space Wolf army?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'd say, at least for me, it's between the Space Wolf army and John's army. That's actually painted pretty well.
John's
too.
army's pretty well, too.
Yeah, so once we have a break in between the stream, we'll figure out who the
Yeah, we'll figure out
painted
who the
win.
paint.
And then I think it'd be pretty cool to, like, show off the painted, like, at least a painted model here on stream just to let everyone at home know how good some people are at painting here in Reno. Because funny thing about Reno, we actually have, like, quite a few Golden Demon winners.
We have
that
3 of
live
them.
here.
3 of them.
Yeah, I know we have Caleb Wesenbeck, Will Hahn, and I forget Bryce's last name. Bryce something is one of the other Golden Demon winners. And actually here at Game Castle, they've been doing or being the judges for the paint competitions.
Yeah, yep. We will probably have them at the RTT, or at the GT as well.
Yeah, have them be the official head paint judges.
Did we get into competitive 40K with this?
I don't think I actually posted on there.
Oh, you probably could have got a few more viewers.
Yep, got about 12 minutes left in the round, so yeah, definitely should be able to have a full completion to this game.
Oh yeah. Well, most, in contrast to round 1, almost all of our games here are going to
It
finish.
seems like people realize that they need to play a little bit faster this round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota just beat Nebraska, even though they were missing 33 players due to COVID-19.
That's
So
that's
I'm
something.
I'm pretty happy about that. What's up?
Quick question for you. It's not showing my second game on here.
Yeah, I know. It won't show it in the roster for some reason, but if you go to pairings, it will.
I'm in pairings. Replacings.
Placings. It won't show it there. It'll show it
Yeah,
in
if you go
pairings,
to the pairings.
Sometimes it's weird. Yeah,
Okay,
it
because
shows
it's
that
got
you...
it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
it doesn't. It
'Cause someone
updates
else
so
is just
weird.
checking it out, and they're like, "Dave, what's going
Yeah,
on?"
at least the
Yeah.
way with BCP, you'll guarantee
It
have it in
updates
the
so weird.
placings once the round is ended by the TO.
Yeah,
Nice. So where do you guys stream?
Right now we're streaming to Twitch right now.
yeah.
Cool. So
And on
I
YouTube,
also
right?
mix with stuff.
No, not yet.
Oh,
So my question is, what do you guys run under the heading of or whatnot, so I can watch you guys?
Oh yeah, so all right.
sorry about that quick break.
Yeah, talking is hard sometimes. Let's see. I'm gonna take another quick look at the score sheet to see if I
Okay.
can get that updated.
Yeah, Fork's doing a quick little check of the score sheet right here, and then he'll get us an updated score. But yeah, we'll see if Todd can get 100 on this.
I forgot to check everything else, but
Is it round 5?
yeah, it's battle round 5.
Okay,
now.
so did Todd max oath?
Let's take another look.
What did you check?
The primaries.
Oh.
So he's 13 oath and 11 banners.
Uh-huh.
And then he's eventually.
Oh, this
gonna
round
max
doesn't end, or it's at the end of this round that he'll get his last oaths.
Yeah.
But how many banners? 11.
Yeah.
Prior to targeting, he'll max this at
Yeah,
the
we'll
end of
just
his
go ahead and
turn.
put him on there.
Yeah, at the end of this turn, he'll get it. See, this is a weird scenario, but the secondary that you get for it is like easy, like it's just super easy to max.
Yeah, and Todd should be getting a few more points too with Raise the Banner since he'll score that at the end of the game, and it looks like.
Unless Jofonz could kick him off.
Yeah, I think you might be able to kick him off the top left one because that's
Yeah.
like pretty contested up there, you know? Yeah.
Well, I think he's shooting Overwatch right now.
I'm charging on in.
I think Todd is, yeah.
Yeah, hobby record. We'd say this
Todd's
game's
out of command
pretty
points.
over at this point.
I mean, I think it was over earlier, but
Yeah. Well, here, we'll pull up the scoreboard for what we've got so far.
yeah.
So, yeah, the hard part is, like, Jofonz, he just wasn't able to capitalize on Assassinate. And then also the primary, he just sort of got cut
probably
off
will
early
get-
in the game.
He'll probably get 2 while he stands.
Yeah,
He'll probably lose a Riptide this turn, but I don't think he's going to lose them
there's a
both.
good chance of that.
Not if they have a 3-up invul. You would think that something like a Riptide, with as fast as it moves, how big its gun is, 3-up invul, could double move, like, it'd be like one of the best. It's like one of the best models in the game, but like,
Well, yeah,
it just doesn't have the.
it's
the backing,
yeah,
it's
the rest of the army.
Yeah. And I think that 4-up ballistic skill kind of sucks.
Yeah, especially with how hard it is to get the 5 marker lights now.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you play Farside Enclaves, you get 1 for free within 12, so that's step 1. Hobby Wrecker, so what made it so one-sided? I just got here. If I could summarize the game, Todd kind of just moved up into the corner on turn 1, and then Jofonz kind of made a pretty big play to try and kill his Inceptors, and he did it. He sent a lot of Remoras and stuff, but it's just that I don't think that Tau hit hard enough to be able to kill enough to make the investment that Jofonz made on turn 1 or turn 2. When was that, turn 1 or turn 2?
It was turn 1
1.
he killed
Yeah.
the Inceptors.
Yeah.
But also
Like-
the other, like, really big, like, turning point in this game.
I think that, like, with how much he risked, I don't think that Tau will, like, give you enough. Like, he kind of risked a commander, he risked all his Remoras, he risked, like, he kind of blew everything. And I'm not saying that was, like, a wrong play or anything like that. It's just that Tau just don't hit very hard. Not against Marines that are 3-up, 4-up, 5-up invul, or 2-up armor, 4-up invul, 5-up feel no pain, with a storm shield, 3 wounds.
Yeah, and also transhuman or inner circle.
Yeah, it's like just Marines are just too tough, and I don't think that Tau are really strong. I think Jofonz played a good game.
Yeah, well, the other thing that was, like, a really big turning point is turn 2, Todd was able to tie up both of his Riptides.
Yeah, he
which-
tied up almost his whole army.
Yeah, so that was an entire turn of Riptides just not even shooting, which is, like,
one turn of not shooting is a
Yeah.
big deal.
especially when it's, like, 75% of your shooting right there.
Yeah, Tau not being able to fall back and shoot is a pretty big deal. It's just not good for them. Like it's.
Yes, it's rough being a Tau player.
It is. It didn't used to be. And I mean, it feels good to be a Dark Angels player because, yeah.
Yeah.
I see one less. I see one less Talon Master. I'm gonna do it here in a minute. There's only one Talon Master.
Yeah, the one in the upper left. Or, like, yeah, kind of upper left objective. Because I don't see another
Assassinate
one.
point right there, maybe.
He might have, yeah. Let's go take a look at that.
All right, I'm about to say finish your round here pretty soon. We're about a minute away from time, so here Todd's gonna finish his game or his round, and then I think the players could kind of talk out the last round. So
He did get 3 points for assassinating.
yeah,
'cause he did kill a
he killed one Talmaster. So we'll see how Todd does here, but I'm gonna call dice down here in a minute, so I'm not gonna shout into the microphone. So give me a second. So we'll let we'll let them finish this game because this is the last round. But I'm gonna go take a lap. I'm gonna go take a look at another game that time was called at.
Yeah, just make sure you got to do your.
What's the
TOTs.
meta like in Nevada?
Yeah.
Really competitive.
Yeah. Well,
Got a lot of good lists here. Got a lot of players that just started playing competitively less than a year ago. So, got a lot of players with really good lists that are really trying to figure out how to play them. Todd's one of our better players. And I think he's poised to win this tournament. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and out of like all the players in the Nevada Reno area here, he's one of the more veteran ones. He's been playing for quite a few years.
Been playing for a long time. There's like 2 Dark Angels players.
We had like half the armies here were Marines.
Space Marines, yeah. But this is like Northern California folks coming here too, not just Nevada folks. So most of the Nevada folks here are playing Marines. Fork here on stream with me. He plays Necrons mostly right now.
Yeah.
And he does pretty well with them. I play Sisters. I don't actually play Marines. I play Sisters and Harlequins right now. So I might be picking up some Marine stuff here pretty soon, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to go check some other games.
Right,
you keep these guys entertained.
Yep, so actually one of the things I did notice while we're talking there is one of the Riptides did fall, so that's automatically going to be 5 points off for the While We Stand from Jofonz. That's a pretty big blow there too, because that's also a good bit of his punchback is just doing that. Yep, I'm just trying to finish up the round here. Yep. So at least looking at the scores that we have posted so far, it looks like it's likely going to be Tod Swenson here, the Dark Angels player, playing up against Travis Raider, who is going to be playing some Salamander Successors. And we're once again joined by Steve.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yep. How'd your game go, Steve?
It was a tough one. It was Dark Angels versus Space Wolves. It turned around turn 3. Turned around and started scoring all the primaries and secondaries. So final score was 92-50.
Okay. Yeah, because when I walked over there, I saw there wasn't very many Space Wolves left.
No.
At the end of the game.
No. It wasn't lack of skill, it's just some poor positioning here and there.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, at least that Space Wolves player, he had a pretty beautiful painted army.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because right now we're thinking it's either between him and John Bonatelli for best painted so far.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's good to see Space Wolves actually, actually making it up there.
Yep. And to answer your question, Hobby Wrecker, yeah, we will be streaming the final game here. We're going to be wrapping up here in about a couple minutes or so, and then take about a 10-15 minute break, and then we'll be back with the final game, which will likely be the winner of the entire tournament here. Yep. Yeah. You want to? Hey, trainer. You want to just give me scores here? Can you relay the scores? All right. Well, that's easy. So looks like we had 2 players this game who came up with the 100-point mark. So let's go ahead and bring that full screen scoreboard up. While we stand. Yep, so it looks like his 100-51 victory. Actually, should have scored another 5 points there for his turn 5 primary. But yeah, so what we're going to go ahead and do right now is we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here pretty soon with round 3. So I'll keep everyone posted in chat on when we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So thank you everyone for joining, and we will be back soon.